many of them white girls. That's why you can't settle down. Are you color struck? No.
In a building full of lonely women, I guess the janitor's just a sex object.
No, I didn't come to fix the hole. I heard the stirring of Kool-Aid, and I figured I'd stop in for a taste. Hey, when's Tina giving a speech? My battery's running low.
Oh, here, Uncle Lou, I got you an extra battery. I don't want you to miss a minute of this.
Each night we hasten to our work.
I mean, I am really floored right now. When you ask me a question like that, I really can't answer because I don't know where it started.
When you think of television shows that defined the early 1970s, Good Times is one of those shows that instantly comes to mind.
Get back, brother. Give me 25 years. Take John Wayne, the Duke himself. He had the same operation. He's still going strong. You can do it too.
And right in the middle of all the laughter and unforgettable storylines was Johnny Brown, the man who brought life to Nathan Bookman, the building superintendent who could make audiences crack up with just one look or line. But Johnny's story didn't start on the soundstage, and his rise wasn't easy. His career was filled with twists, triumphs, and challenges that few fans ever knew about. This is the story of a man who refused to quit, no matter what life threw at him.
When I was in school, I was always in the plays because I had a big mouth. I could enunciate. You could hear me all over the auditorium.
Before Bookman, there was a young boy with a dream, grinding his way through nightclubs, comedy stages, and recording studios, determined to carve out a place for himself in show business. Johnny was born on June 11th, 1937 in St. Petersburg, Florida, but grew up in Harlem, New York. Growing up in a world where opportunities for young Black performers were slim, he carried big dreams in a city that was alive with jazz and the sharp wit of comics. His voice was his first gift.
I could always sing, and I never really remember being an amateur.
Before he started making a living from acting in comedy, Johnny wanted to be a singer. He had a natural ear for rhythm, and his voice carried the smoothness of jazz. And this became his way in, his ticket to entertainment. He also used to go to school with Walter Dean Myers when he lived in Harlem as a boy. Johnny first stepped into the spotlight in the late 1950s and early 1960s, gaining attention across the nightclub scene. He performed at places like the Apollo Theater. There, he earned a reputation for his broad facial expressions and easygoing joke-telling style.
In the winter, the hotels that opened in the winter, they had less people, a smaller population. So they needed a performer that could come in and do an hour.
Singing in the late 1950s, touring with saxophonist Sam the Man Taylor.
I guess Sammy was my idol because he did all the things that I wanted to do. I wanted to be the well-rounded, complete entertainer.
And in 1961, he released singles such as Walkin', Talkin', Kissin' Doll.
I love the way you talk.
Through Columbia Records. He appeared in the musical gospel Truth with Jennifer Holliday. His versatility made him stand out. He could sing, he could do impressions, and he could deliver jokes that hit just right. That ability caught the eye of some of the biggest names in the business, and soon he was rubbing shoulders with the likes of Sammy Davis Jr. while slowly building his own spotlight. It didn't take long before television came calling. His first on-screen role came in 1966 as a blind pianist in A Man Called Adam, acting alongside co-stars Jeanette Dubois and Sammy Davis Jr. In 1968, he appeared in 2 Broadway shows, Golden Boy, where he performed the show-stopping number Don't Forget 127th Street.
When you're downtown and you're sipping champagne with your high-class friends, don't forget this glorious environment which molded your character.
And in Carry Me Back to Morningside Heights, which was directed by Sidney Poitier, but the comedy lasted only a week. From 1968 to 1973, he became a regular cast member in the television series Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In.
They keep talking till our backs begin to stiffen.
Acting as a comedic presence. He came to Los Angeles at the request of Neil Simon to play the role of a waiter on a railroad dining car in the 1970 film The Out-of-Towners.
What do you have?
Peanut butter on white bread.
What else you got? More peanut butter on white bread. Ran out of everything a few minutes ago, man.
I came out to Los Angeles in '69 to do a film that Neil Simon wanted me to do a part in a movie, The Out-of-Towners.
Starring Jack Lemmon and Sandy Dennis. This led to him becoming a regular cast member of The Leslie Uggam Show later that year.
Just a second. Stop the music. Stop the music. At your service, Mrs. Calabash.
I had a meeting with Ethel Wynant, who was the head of casting at CBS at that time. And by the time I got back to New York, I had a series.
His big break came in 1975 when he was cast as Nathan Bookman on Good Times.
Hey, hurry up. I ain't got all night, you know.
His character, Nathan Bookman, was originally introduced as the apartment building superintendent, and he quickly became a recurring character. He was the butt of jokes, often mocked by the Evans family for his weight and laziness, his facial expressions, his sharp comebacks, and his ability to roll with the punches made Bookman not just funny, but endearing. He became one of the most recognizable characters of the series, and to this day, people still quote his lines.
Because Nathan Bookman's always on the side of the winner.
Yeah, but they both can't win.
And they both can't lose either.
Johnny's career didn't end with good times. He continued to appear on television, popping up on different TV shows. In 1978, he appeared on the Diana Ross musical The Wiz and had an early role on Family Matters, Martin, and Sister Sister.
How come you don't bed down in your usual place behind the mattress store?
Well, all they throw out now are those futons. My back can't take it.
From 1994 to 1996, he took on roles in the show The Wayans Bros.
No, I didn't come to fix the hole. I heard the stirring of Kool-Aid, and I figured I'd stop in for a taste.
And in 1996, appeared in the Jamie Foxx show as Mr. Hartnebrig.
After last year when you accidentally gave us the wrong address in Seattle, we decided to star 69 you this time.
He gave a remarkable performance in 1998 when he appeared in season 4 of Touched by an Angel as a dying comedian in Cry and You Cry Alone.
Monica, the so-called angel, tells Maury he has to stick by Ed because maybe he's dying.
And in 1999, he appeared on 2 episodes of the Nickelodeon children's sitcom Kenan and Kel.
So far, it's a beautiful ceremony.
He also had a one-off role as Fat Man in the original The Ghostbusters television show.
This magical crystal ball will help us to bring Big Al back from the dark beyond.
He played Wallace Suitcase Jefferson in the 2004 mockumentary The Old Negro Space Program and acted in I'm Through with White Girls.
You've been playing around with too many of them white girls. That's why you can't settle down. Are you color-struck?
No.
Johnny also appeared in several television commercials, including ads for Hunt's Manwich.
Here's to you. A sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
And the Wright Brothers pen,
A pen is just a tool, like the stuff you learn in school. It depends on what you do with it.
where he performed as a school teacher who encouraged his chorus line of students to use the pen for their school assignments. Away from the stage and screen, Johnny's life was devoted to his family. He married June Brown, the love of his life, in 1961, and together they built a marriage that lasted almost 60 years. Their love was steady, strong, and rare in Hollywood. He was also a proud father to his daughter, actress Sharon Brown, and his son, John Jr.
Hi, June. Hi, Sharon. Sharon's my daughter. June's my wife. Jay is my, I say my little highs.
Johnny wasn't just a performer, he was a family man who carried the joy of making people laugh back home with him. His children often described him as their rock, a man who never let fame overshadow his role as a husband and father. But like many entertainers, Johnny's career wasn't without challenges. Roles for Black actors were limited and stereotypes were hard to escape. He often had to navigate the tricky balance between taking roles that paid the bills and refusing ones that leaned too heavily on caricatures. He stated in a 2019 interview that his character Bookman was most times criticized and called Buffalo Butts, and there was nothing he could do rather than infusing the character with humor and humanity. He knew the importance of representation, and he carried that responsibility with pride. Despite his talent, Johnny Brown's name was often overlooked in conversations about Black comedy legends. He didn't always get the big movie roles or the massive paychecks, and also didn't get the awards and accolades he deserved. He only won the NAACP award for Best Actor. He may not have had shelves lined with Emmys or Golden Globes, but his impact lived in the laughter of millions. His peers admired him, his co-stars loved working with him, and his fans never forgot him. Every time he stepped on set, he brought something that couldn't be measured by trophies: authenticity. And in the entertainment world, authenticity is priceless. He was proof that sometimes the supporting characters are the ones who stick in your memory the longest.
I'm reminding you to shoot straight, stand tall in the stirrups, and never sit on your saddle horn. Yah-ha-ha.
Financially, Johnny Brown was believed to have an estimated net worth of $2 million. His money was reportedly derived from his acting profession and as a performer via brand sponsorships. He lived comfortably, though he never flaunted wealth. But for Johnny, success wasn't measured in numbers. It was measured in how many people he could make laugh at, how many families tuned in to watch him week after week, and how many doors he could help open for the next generation of performers.
Did you bring the crystal ball so we can summon the 2 gorillas who used to work with you?
Johnny Brown's legacy is one of resilience and laughter. He may not have always been the star of the show, but he was the glue that held scenes together. He was the punchline that people waited for, the moment of relief in stories that often carried heavy themes. He showed that comedy is just as important as drama, that sometimes the funniest characters teach us the most about perseverance and joy.
I'm honored, fellas, but I'll just be going around the world. I'll be back in a couple of years.
On March 2nd, 2022, Johnny Brown passed away at the age of 84.
Johnny Brown, best known for playing the character Nathan Bookman on Good Times, remember, has died.
The news sent shockwaves through the entertainment community. Fans flooded social media with memories of Bookman, sharing clips, catchphrases, and heartfelt tributes. His daughter Sharon announced the news with a heavy heart, calling him not just a legend, but a father who gave everything to his family. The loss was deeply felt because Johnny wasn't just part of television history, he was part of people's lives. His humor, his warmth, and his presence had been deeply felt. From Harlem nightclubs to the set of Good Times, Johnny Brown lived a life that proved the power of talent and determination. He took the challenges handed to him, turned them into opportunities, and left behind a legacy that will continue to inspire. He was a singer, a comedian, a father, a husband, and a trailblazer whose story deserves to be told. He was real, he was relatable, and he left us all with the reminder that laughter truly is timeless.